When I think about how fortunate I am to get to live in a cleansed body and how fortunate my clients are, and they express this to me on a regular basis, how lucky are we that we don't have to carry the baggage, the luggage, the garbage of a lifetime of accumulation into our future. That on a regular basis, we get to clean house, that we get to experience regeneration because our body's not filled with rot. We are the luckiest people in the world. It is one of the most immense forms of wealth to be able to live in a body that is clean and regenerative and has no needs that cannot be sustained by simplicity, the intake of simple, clean foods, and the removal of the accumulation of food residue and exposure to heavy metals, nanoplastics, all of these things. The fact that we don't have to accumulate those things because we're living the cleansing lifestyle makes us the luckiest people on the planet. I don't have to worry about my body decaying because the decay is being removed from my body on a regular basis. I don't have to worry about having hankerings and addictions to foods that are not for my highest good, because those substances are only addictive as long as they're in your bloodstream and trapped inside your body. So I don't have those addictions. People often say to me, oh, you've such great discipline. Like, well, not really, because I don't have the addictions to these substances, because what everyone who's addicted to substances, whether it's starches and sugars or alcohol or any of these acidic substances that entraps and ensnares one, is that once it's left the body, once the residue of these substances has significantly left the body, there's no longer an addiction, a hankering, a desire for them. It just disappears because we're not naturally inclined to gravitate toward acidic substances. So we're not naturally inclined to want to consume these acidic substances. We just are addicted to them because they're presented to us culturally, and then they become something that our body then desires because of the nature of the substance. Once you remove the accumulated waste from your body, you're not going to have the same desire for those sugars, those starches, those meats, those whatever it is that you were consuming and thinking that you could never live without. People will say to me, but don't you ever just really want to have a hamburger? No, I really don't. Don't you really just want to have a slice of pizza? No, I'm good, thanks. Most people love the sauce and the cheese when it comes down to it. And you can make vegetables with a lot of marinara sauce and goat cheese and bring about, with the oregano and the basil, the experience of pizza, just in a different way. And of course, you can make a cauliflower crust pizza. You can do so many different things, but the point is not so much needing to mimic those things, though you can. It's that those things you think you're not going to be able to live without are not going to be an issue when you cleanse. And this is the freedom of cleansing. This is why I want to tell anyone who's ever struggled with their weight to just release the waste. This is the most agonizing truth about excess weight, is it doesn't have to be there. It's so easy to remove. Weight loss is the easiest issue to correct. All you have to do is release the waste, and the weight comes off, not to come back again unless you consume those things and let them stick in your body again. You can reverse it all. And that's why I say cleansers who are doing the cleansing right, my clients, myself, we are the luckiest people on the planet because we do not have to move forward in our life with all of this accumulated waste matter. We get to be free. We get to be clear and clean and open and flowing and free, not only of the matter that would bung us up and hold us down, but also free of the fears of how the body might break down over time. I don't worry about osteoporosis. I don't worry about my face falling. I don't worry about hip replacements and knee replacements and any of these symptoms and diseases. I don't worry about cancer. I don't worry about an autoimmune disease coming on. I don't worry about any of these things. Dementia, foreign to me to think about those things because I know what causes them. I know it's the obstruction in the body, which leads to rot, which leads to decay, and the expression of rot and decay in these areas in the body are what these diseases are, and the pathogens that are growing in them. So if I keep the body clean and free of those pathogens, then I'm not going to have the result, which is the decay, the rot, which is these symptoms. This is a very logical line of thinking. And all you have to do is remove the harbingers of the diseases, which is the waste residue. And in the waste residue, you have the nanoplastics and the nanometals and the chemicals and the forever chemicals. All of these things are in the waste. There's so much talk recently about seed oils. Well, first of all, any oils that are consumed are going to bung up the body. Oil is for machines. Oil is great for machines. Oils are terrible for the human body. All these myopic foci on whether it's the chemicals or the seed oils or the plastics or the metals or the radiation, we can move all of those things out in one fell swoop through this process of cleansing the body. The body loves to be cleansed. It knows how to respond. The colon loves to be irrigated. The body loves water. The colon does too. All that dryness, all that thirst that modern people have, it's because their colon is so dry. There's so much waste in the colon, and the colon is so dry, and you cannot drink enough water to fix that. All that guzzling by way of mouth is not going to reconstitute the waste and solve the issue of drought that's in your large intestine. You have to drink it from the other way, bottoms up, so to speak. And when you do, you're going to rehydrate that waste, and you're going to rehydrate the body, because when that waste gets wet waste moves. The constipation you're experiencing, it's because you have dry waste in your colon. Irrigate the colon, the waste leaves. Keep irrigating the colon, more waste will leave. System-wide, organism-wide, you're going to call out all the waste in the body. You're going to bring it down even from the brain. The organs, deep in the body, this waste will have an exodus as long as you're consistent and you keep moving it out and you keep introducing water into the large intestine. You're going to systematically purify your body, and you're not going to have that drought in your body any longer. You're not going to be excessively thirsty. You're not going to have all the external needs that you had before, because your body is going to be in ecstasy, because it's going to be in a state of homeostasis and feel the glorious truth of its being. It's just the artificial accumulation that is preventing it from feeling that way. So if you're feeling down energetically, emotionally, physiologically, mentally, you're not feeling inspired, you don't have the get up and go, you feel like you're dragging your feet through life, you've got all sorts of symptoms, just cleanse your body. Let me help you cleanse your body and see what's on the other side of that. And you can do it in any stage of life and with any amount of resources, with the most minimal resources, where you literally can go check one of my books out of the library and buy a very inexpensive enema bag, or you can come into our community where we can help you there. You can get an enlightener, my home enema device, and really systematically irrigate your colon and turn everything around and just completely regenerate, bring back the garden that you are. So you're a garden that's been covered over by a landfill. Let's remove the landfill. My device, the enlightener, will do that for you. And then you will come to see just how glorious you truly are. This is what you can have. It's actually extremely easy. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to encourage you. And whatever I can do to further inspire and direct you and inform you, I will do, because this is my life's purpose. The cleansing is not an end unto itself. It is a means to a much higher state of being. It's a means to a higher state of consciousness, a greater connection with the divine, and thereby your fullest expression, our freedom as a human network, our freedom as humanity. It relies on us removing this accumulated toxic waste, this burden that everyone's been carrying unnecessarily, because we got bad information when we were young and we proceeded with it, and then we didn't know what to do about it. But I'm telling you what to do about it.